Scottish folk and fairy tales, the Bogle. This is a freakish spirit who delights rather to perplex and frighten mankind rather than either serve or seriously to hurt them. Shellycoat, a spirit who resides in the waters and has given his name to many a rock and stone upon the Scottish coast, belongs to this class of Bogles. When he appeared, he seemed to be decked in marine productions, in particular with shells, whose clattering announced his approach. From this circumstance he derived his name. One of his pranks is thus narrated. Two men, on a very dark night, approaching the banks of the Ettrick, heard a doleful voice in its waves repeatedly exclaim, "Lost! Lost!" They followed the sound, which seemed to be the voice of a drowning person, and to their infinite astonishment they found that it ascended the river. Still they continued, during the long and tempestuous night, to follow the cry of a malicious sprite, and arriving before the morning's dawn at the very source of the river. The voice was now heard descending on the opposite side of the mountain on which they arose. The fatigued and deluded travellers now relinquished their pursuit, and no sooner done so when they heard Shellycoat applauding, in loud bursts of laughter, at his successful roguery. The spirit was supposed to haunt the old house of Gornberry, situated in the Hermitage in Liddesdale. Scottish Folk and Fairy Tales, Graham of Morphie. The old family of the Grahams of Morphie was in former times very powerful, but at length they sunk in fortune, and finally the original male line became extinct. Among the old women of the Mearns, their decay is attributed to the supernatural cause. One of the lairds, they say, built an old castle. He secured the assistance of the water kelpie, or a river horse, which he accredited by means of throwing a pair of branks over his head. When they compelled the robust spirit to carry prodigious loads of stones for the building, and did not relieve him until the whole was finished, the poor Kelpie was glad of his deliverance, but at the same time he felt himself so galled with the hard labour that on being permitted to escape from the branks, and just before his disappearance into the water, he turned about and expressed in the following words at his own grievance and the destiny of the taskmaster's family: "Sair back and sair bounds, driving the Laird of Morphie's stains. The Laird of Morphie will never thrive as long as the Kelpie is alive." Or in English, "A sore back and sore bones, driving the Laird of the Morphie stones. The Laird of Morphie will never thrive so long as this Kelpie is alive."